Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. Look at you, my chum, your jobby flavoured fart lozenge. How about you enter my castle and I'll scalp your wee behind? Don't worry, I brought a Scottish dictionary this time. How'd you wished? You're more's a beetroot. On your trolley, you wee weapon. Away you would chew my banger. Our mortal who speaks correctly. What do you say to a wee game? Yahtzee. You're gonna be a crack, eh? This'll be a belter. Time to learn about the Dancing Plague. Simplified. Bright Sabbath is a room-wide AoE. Phantom Rune will be one of two casts. Either an arena-wide donut AoE with the only safe spot being close to Titania's hitbox, or a medium-sized point-blank AoE around Titania which you'll need to get away from to avoid. If you get hit by the donut AoE, it is a large knockback. If you get hit by the point-blank AoE, it will give you Hysteria, which will cause you to lose control of your character for several seconds and run aimlessly around the arena. Divination Rune is a hard-hitting conal AoE tank buster. So for Pete's sake, Dennis done what the tank! Mist Rune will create 4 blue puddles in the middle of the arena. These puddles will act like meteor towers. A bunch of smaller purple bubbles will begin to appear around each puddle that will act as a countdown timer. When the 10th and final bubble appears, at least one person will need to be standing in a puddle to complete the mechanic. If the party fails to soak a puddle, an ad will spawn in which will need to be defeated quickly. If you fail to defeat the ad in time, it will start casting Spring Shower. If this cast finishes, it will explode in a room-wide AoE and give everyone a Vol stack. If a puddle is successfully completed, it will remain in the arena, creating a lingering safe AoE on the ground which will give you the buff of fire resistance up for as long as you're standing in it. Titania will then cast Flame Rune. This will create a fist of fire in the middle of the arena. One of the healers will get a stack marker. You'll need to group up to share the damage inside one of the water puddles. Whichever puddle the party stacks in will be evaporated by the fist. If you take the stack marker without being in a water puddle, you'll get a Vuln stack with a pretty hard hit. After this will be another Phantom Rune. This will be the opposite of the one that they performed previously. The cast of Midsummer Night's Dream will change the arena into a grassy field. Titania will then cast Growth Rune. This will create a star AoE in the middle of the arena. This AoE will become vines that will expand out in all 8 directions from the middle of the arena. You'll have to get between the safe zones of the slowly expanding vines. If you get clipped by the vines, you'll be bound in place and given an unassumable bleeding debuff until the vines disappear. After another Phantom Rune and room-wide AoE, Titania will cast Frost Rune. This is a chandelier drop. Several large circles, starting with the middle, will spawn in one at a time around the arena. You'll need to stand next to where the second circular AoE is created. So when the first 2 puddles go off, you can move into the middle of the arena and dodge the rest of the AoEs. If you don't dodge these in time, you'll get a Vuln stack per AoE you are hit by. Around the same time as this, several players will get point-blank AoEs on them called Uplift. Just spread these out as best you can. Titania will become untargetable and move to the middle of the room. Here, they will spawn in 3 tree ads. Both tanks will need to make sure that they have the aggro of the West Tree, Peas Blossom, and the North Tree, Park. The one in the East, Mustard Seed, does not have any auto attacks, but the other 2 do, so one tank will need to take 1 each. A bar labeled Titania's Power will appear. If this bar fills, Titania will wipe the group. Each tree will have its own mechanic that will generally overlap with the other trees at the same time. Mustard Seed has Leaf Storm. This is a series of conal AoEs directed towards a random party member. Just move between them or away from it to avoid it. Getting hit by any of these will give you a Vuln stack. Puck will cast Gentle Breeze. This is a narrow straight line AoE directed towards a random party member. Just dodge to the side of it to avoid it. Getting hit by this will give you a Vuln stack. Puck also casts Pummel, which is a single hit tank buster. Peas Blossom will cast Peas Bomb. This will target several party members with a point blank AoE. Just spread out as best you can. Peas Blossom also casts Hard Swipe, which is a single hit tank buster. I recommend killing the ads in the order of Mustard Seed, then Puck, then Peas Blossom, but they can be killed in any order and you'll still be okay. When all 3 trees have been defeated, Titania will cast Love in Idleness and the trees will grow and become war mobs. Again, both tanks will need to take Puck and Peas Blossom. They will perform the same mechanics as before, except larger. Puck will also cast Puck's Breath, which is a stack marker on a random player. I recommend getting close to a spot between Mustard Seed and Puck if you have the stack marker in order for everyone to stack up nice and quickly. A blue knockback AoE will be placed underneath Titania. Puck will punch the ground with Puck's Rebuke and knock back all players from the middle of the arena. Knockback immunity does work for this mechanic. If you're standing in the blue AoE when the fist hits it, you'll instantly die. Puck will also cast Puck's Caprice, which is a room-wide AoE. Even if you defeat a larger tree, it will still perform mechanics until all 3 trees have been defeated. When this happens, Titania will cast Being Mortal, which is their ultimate. Mechanics will start to overlap from here. During the next Flame Rune, if you end up not putting the stack marker in a puddle, it will ignite the floor and give everyone a burn debuff for several seconds. This can have the potential to wipe the group. You'll also need to be aware of the next Growth Rune, as there will be 2-star AoEs instead of 1. Don't panic, as there are plenty of safe zones around the arena to search for. If you have a gap closer, you can charge back to Titania after moving out to avoid the point blank Phantom Rune, and you'll instantly be in a safe zone. Just try and avoid the vines as best you can. From here, mechanics will repeat until Titania has been defeated. Congratulations, you have defeated Titania. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.